those are the questions that people have already asked.
Yeah.
Do we have rules and schedules yet? Look, let me tell y'all something. We know as much about NPK before and future as you guys do. That's it. Car ramrod.
Yeah, car ramrod. Yeah, do it. Here, I'll leave you alone.
Oh, nice. You got our logo on there. That's cool.
That's good. I wasn't being smart ass when I said that.
There was.
You got a plan, then stick to it. It's
Okay.
fine. I told him, I said, I would get the jacks out and then I'd raise it up. And he goes, the way me and Monkey did it last time was really good. You just push the car underneath there and then lower the car down to the end. Oh, perfect.
Killed it.
If you got a plan, then put that plan in effect.
Yeah. And we got 1,400 people watching already. That's pretty good.
Well, I would say the video has ended on Facebook.
Why'd you do that?
That's the time she is. And the times that she is makes up for the times that she's not. That's going to carry you through the bad times.
It says we're still live, babe.
It doesn't show me that. It said the video ended.
Can y'all still hear us on Facebook? See us, hear us?
Sounds like there's technical stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
Let me know when it's ready.
Yeah, we'll let the crowd build up a little bit. Oh yeah, hey, it's still going on Facebook. They're saying they can see us.
Yeah, it's back.
Let me answer you real quick. Rob Sims, what do you think about building the YouTube channel as your main source of income and making content? You like to Dave Sparks and Garrett Mitchell. That's our plan, 100%. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, we don't gain a lot of followers and we don't get a lot of views. So if y'all can help us, share this video, share the channel, share everything you see from us. That'll help us grow it, and that will allow us to create content to that extent. So, but yes, that's the plan.
Hey. No. But, I know he's, oh,
I think we're probably ready.
okay. Could you make a deal?
Yeah, that's what he does. So, it's Sunday. We appreciate you guys being here with us. I know a lot of you are going to watch this at a later date because we're watching the foosball or whatever it is that they're playing today. So, sit here for a little bit, talk with y'all, answer some questions that you may have had, talk about this truck here behind us and the trip that we just made and y'all watched. And oh my good stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments here as well. You just have to, once we get down in there, make it up. No, hang on. That's all I'm worried about. So, we also mentioned that we have a special guest, and
He's special to us.
he's pretty damn special to us. So, as you guys can see, Monkey's here with us today. Get him in here and give you and us the deal.
I didn't want the tall one.
Yeah, I brought that over here just with Monkey. Yeah, we got the little shorty guy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Somebody just gave us 2 pounds.
What's 2 pounds?
And what is it, like 50 cents American?
That's a kilo to me.
That's wrong measurement.
Oh.
Okay, so let's start off with the truck behind us. This is the one that we made that 1,100-mile trip in. It's dirty right now. They've been sitting outside, and we may or may not have did some donuts the other day and got busted by the police.
Really? Well, I was on my property and I did a donut out there, and then I saw a cop car pull up, and I went, oh, well, surely this is legal since I'm on my property, but we're about to find out. And the dude rolled the window down, and the dude goes, just making sure it was you. I said, thanks, buddy. He rolled out.
What's funny is he must have been sitting up there, you know where they sit, and probably seen this fishtail around the corner when we turned too.
Probably so. We tried to really give that thing beans the other day. We dumped the clutch. It wasn't happening.
Everything was
Makes too much torque.
Yeah.
Everything was happening except the clutch.
You have a new 60.
Oh, 50 series tires on the back of my note. Got all the grip.
We even put more air in them to try to get them to spin better.
Getting good grip from the 50 series tires.
Yeah. So, I mean, it made it. It got a little iffy there towards the end. We were seriously close to giving up because it was 15 degrees outside. We were on the side of the highway. It was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it was so cold.
And then once we decided to try it again, it wouldn't start, and we were really like,
Just down the dumps.
like,
I watched the video, and whenever I saw that it was pitch black and you could hear the semis rolling by, it put me back in that moment. And I was like, oh, God. It's the worst feeling in the world, man. I got in there, and I'm like, and it's done. And I thought, that's locked up. This is it. There's so much smoke, just
it was
everywhere.
It was bad. And
Face this way when you're talking.
When you're talking face this way.
so like it wouldn't turn over until we jumped the starter. Like we just find some.
Just get you a pry bar down
Once he
there.
bumped that thing one time, though, then the key took that over. So I don't know. It was weird. It definitely was a lack of oil. And then we tried to put some in it, but we had our system worked.
Yeah, no, it worked.
It just the timeline changed.
Yep.
The 2 hours.
It turned
didn't
into
make
one.
it. The 2 hours turned into, I mean, in
But
all
we didn't know when it
reality,
turned.
safely, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, y'all didn't get very far down the road before you were already questioning it.
Yeah.
And then y'all went a whole nother 2 states. And
What I'm the thing that I'm most thankful about on that whole trip was we didn't know that the oil was an issue
Uh-uh.
until we walked out of the motel the day after and we saw all the oil on the ground. Well, we had drove 2 hours through the desert
Middle of the night.
in between Las Vegas and Kingman.
oh, so you didn't
there
see any
was
smoke or
nothing.
anything. Yeah.
There was nothing,
Okay.
and we were just rolling. If
And
we broke down there.
oh man,
Feels like
there's hardly any cell service.
someone out there would have had a brand new truck.
Yeah, and new skin to wear.
And it was cold, and
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, but it made it. We'll see. We kind of have some ideas on what the build's going to be. Like we've got parts rolling in for it, but you know, let us know what you guys think we should do with it. Like obviously, it's going to be a burnout truck, but what power plant? Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah, well, I'm getting yelled at, so.
So tell us what you guys think it should be. What you'd like to see in it. I mean, obviously, we have a plan for it already, but we'll see how many of y'all.
And then we'll tell you why our plans have already changed.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, it's got to.
yeah.
So
So yeah, we'll have a video on that at some point, but you know, we've got a pile of parts over there from QE1, Motion Raceworks,
quick performance.
Quick Performance. So parts are rolling in. It's getting serial. We'll have it over on the lid before too long, and
We're trying to get a few things done and out of here. Hopefully, I guess we could just, I'm sure, talk about each project because we still got a lot of projects going on.
always.
Both murder cars are always going to be a project. It's just part of it. They're just endless, ongoing projects. It has been way too cold. We have been saying now for 3 weeks in a row now, test the Ford, test the 55, and test the OG. And it hasn't happened yet. It's just, it's too cold. We could go to Florida and test.
We tried to test the F-150 out in front of the house, and Shawn about killed us.
Well, we also figured out what the problem is with that. It wasn't happy. It was kind of popping and banging a little bit. We did lose the alternator belt, and we think that the alternator belt got into some of the wiring, and it has messed up our 5-volt system.
Something. I don't know.
We haven't. That's as far as we got into it. So it's not like the F-150 is on hold. We just haven't messed with it yet. It's only been a couple of days since we went and drove it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It needs some work, needs some more time, but well, all that.
yeah. So basically, we don't have the new Hemi from Proline yet. Hoping to get it next week.
So a lot of people have asked what's replacing that motor because we broke the crane. The same motor. Like there's no reason for us at all to ever change from that motor again.
They're asking what we're replacing so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nothing.
I mean, until they come out with an MH8, there's nothing else we'll have. I don't imagine.
And it's not. We had a couple of bad issues, bad luck, bad.
I mean, we heard it. 2 times there towards the end of its lifespan, and it's
We think that that's the reason that the crank finally broke. We rattled it pretty hard. Whenever we broke that line to the intake, it pulled all the fuel away from it, but it still had all the boost. So we hurt the motor. We ended up changing a couple of pistons. We've explained this before, but we ended up changing a couple of pistons, and we believe that it shocked the crank and took 30 passes away from it. We were going to replace the crank in the winter anyways, but now we got to replace the block and everything else. So it's part of it.
yes. So
Anyways, that motor is not ready.
it's not ready
The cranks just came in last week or this week.
this week. The crank just came in this
Well, it
week.
depends. Is this Sunday the beginning of this week?
It depends on whose calendar you look at.
Okay, so last week sometime,
Yeah.
the crank came in, and the block should be in this week.
Yes. So we're hoping maybe we get our motor this week,
Yes.
and then we can put this car back together. But it's going out to get new carbon parts put on it this week, correct?
VFN is finishing up our front end and our doors. The doors are done. The front end is still in the mold. He said that it was going to set in the mold over the weekend and then ship out. Part of our plan to get lighter.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I think we're kind of hoping to get 30, 40 pounds off the car. But I think would put us in a good spot. And then whatever you can get off of you.
I believe that we can get 30 to 40 pounds off of it. We don't know what for.
It's going to be, yeah.
Guys, we don't know the rules. We don't know the schedule. We don't know when the last season of NPK is going to air. We just don't know.
We don't know any more than you guys.
We're sure that we're going to find out the same time that you do.
No, it's good.
All right.
Everything's good.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
So the only thing I'm having trouble with is this bar right here can't go down anymore. It's caught on the lift.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lift the rear end up and then get it in there. So I was trying to smooth it. The other side's in.
Yeah. Flex. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The screwjack time.
Yeah. That's what I would do. And then move that arm.
Move it. Yeah.
Always be like, best to add weight where you need it. In case you didn't know.
It would be that would be ideal. So,
Yeah.
And that's kind of our plan, guys. Since we don't know, the rules could be exactly the same as last year. If that happens, that's what we're going to do. Our plan is still not going to change. It's going to be lose as much weight as possible. I'm somewhere around 265. We started last season. I was 290 when we started. So I haven't even really tried to take more weight off yet, just because it's winter.
Winter, man.
Like,
Cold.
A month before we start NPK, I'll start. Last year, I didn't get a jump on losing weight because we thought we were going to be good. We thought the car was going to be 100 pounds lighter than what it was.
This is interesting. Have you ever wondered what's wrong with your pinky? This
I
guy's
have.
told you. It's known as
Broke it. I broke my pinky.
Shawn's left hand pinky is known as Viking's disease.
Viking? It sounds cool.
I mean, I'd go with that.
Yeah,
Broke
yeah,
it.
that's what I would say too. So next time
You're-
somebody asks me what's wrong with my hand, I'm going to go Viking.
I'm of Viking descent.
Yeah.
While I was being a Viking.
Yep. Broke it. I broke it back in the Viking days.
I was being a Viking and I broke it. So,
Yep.
yeah, no, that's cool. I broke it one time on a tube. It was the last one to let go.
Oh
And
man.
I thrown off the
Oh.
tube, and it was the last one to hang on, and it broke it. So I should have done what my dad said and put a popsicle stick on it and taped it to it.
You know,
But instead, I just
Jump back on the tube and went.
let it heal.
So Monkey, what's the deal? Everyone, yeah. So
Part of it.
Where do we start?
So yeah, I mean, basically, where do we start with Monkey? Everyone, a lot of people ask for Monkey in our videos. They want to know why he's not out racing with us, why he can't, travel with us for NPK and stuff. I mean, we'd love to have him.
There's, in my opinion, there's a couple of reasons we don't have Monkey. For one, Monkey is a homebody. Monkey is, for a while, he is a single dad, and it is tough to. Not that your wife doesn't help you, you know what I mean? But bottom line, you had responsibilities to take care of, and you cannot live your life on the road the way that we could.
It was a tough one. And, we tried it for a long time and it was still tough back then. And we weren't going near as much as you guys are going now.
Yeah,
Not even a fraction of
we
it.
used to think we raced. a
I
lot.
know. That's what I'm like. Every time you guys talk about it, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
nope. You guys are on a whole different level.
So Monkey's in a good spot right now. He's got a good job where he can run things.
He gets to deal on people all day
Yep.
and then go home at night.
He gets to run things and he gets to be at home at night. And his daughter is very, very into cheerleading.
She is,
Like at
Is she 16
that
yet?
next level.
she's 14, but acts like she's 30. So.
He's at that age.
Yeah, now.
Remember, we used to sit around and laugh and go, man, one of these days you're going to be free.
Yeah, no,
And here it
Because
is.
he's dating.
Here it is.
happening.
So,
No, I mean, we travel all over the country with her cheer stuff, and
Yeah.
when we're not doing that, it's working from 8 to 5:30 and coming
and
over here and
coming over here and
you know.
helping us or helping one of your other friends
every,
that call.
it's definitely not working on my own stuff.
Yeah. Which you need to
Man,
put some time
so much.
aside and do your own things for a little bit.
At least I'm garage out so I can start on something.
We still talk to Monkey weekly. Whenever we have problems at the track, we let him know. Even when we don't have problems, we let him know. So Monkey has been some sort of a part of us ever since he left.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's always here. He's pretty much a part of every project that we turn out. And, sometimes while we're on the road, there's stuff that has to get done. And
Monkey did the whole Ford, just to throw that out there.
He did.
We were gone on the road and he built the Ford for us while we were gone. He pulled the cab off of it.
pulled the cab, the bed.
Pulled the bed off of it. It was literally at one point, I'm sure you guys saw it, just a frame sitting there, and he put it all together. So things like that. We wouldn't be where we're at with the Ford without him and a lot of the other projects. So
Yeah.
I know that everybody asks about him, and he tries to come to MPK races. Like he always comes to the Ennis race, and he always comes to the Tulsa race.
Yep.
Those two races he's always at, and when he's around, maintenance gets done in the car that doesn't get done normally.
He definitely finds stuff that I overlook. Hey, what about this?
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
Yeah, we've pretended all season we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that's pretty much why Monkey does an MPK with us.
No, diesel work never ends. That's for sure.
yeah. So he works on diesels all day.
Ugh, just oily. And
Yeah,
Just
just
it's gross and nasty, and
yeah.
it's not too bad. I know I'm talking bad about it, but at least it's not some trucks.
well, and they treat you good too.
They do.
You know,
Is Aiden going to Texas University?
man, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
What do you know that we don't?
Yeah,
Bump
who's
in?
got the in on that?
Yeah, Aiden, you not telling us something?
He's sharing stuff from his.
Aiden's back there working on his car. There's so many of you in the comments that think Aiden doesn't do anything on his car. You can see him right back here. He's literally putting the rear end in his car right now by
Yeah,
himself.
but it's not on camera, so Dalton doesn't.
No, true. The one time he's over there working.
Mhm.
Yep. I mean, you can see him back there. He's clearly working.
Yeah. And Dalton was here earlier, but Dalton just left. Dalton is really serious about the whole firefighter thing. So he has been putting in work, and he's got to do what, 48 hours? 48 hours of EMT work. So he goes and does ride-alongs and stuff, and he had something going on today. That's why he had to leave it.
He was walking around earlier. There were sirens going on down the road, and he's walking around. He goes, "Man, wish I had a pager so I knew what was going on." I was like, "What?"
It's cool to see that he's into it.
Yeah, no, it's cool to see him excited about something besides race cars. You know what I mean? Like,
No, that'll be a cool career.
you got that good retirement.
Yeah, and I mean, and they make good money. They have a lot of time off.
They do.
They work a lot,
Mhm.
but then they're also off a lot too. So and I think that it will be a good career path for somebody like Dalton, somebody who is willing to put in the work. And I'm telling you right now, Dalton's the type where he'll run into a burning building.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Tell him, Dalton, get in there. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Yo,
So
he's like,
Forrest Gump.
yep.
Go up.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So also, I'm pretty excited. We did fire up Aiden Chevelle today.
Yes, we
We'll
did.
have some videos coming out on that. It sounds killer. It's still so cold right now, but it looks like Dalton's car and Aiden's car will be ready to go. Both
Soon.
of them within a month. We should be testing those cars too.
Dalton got his motor back yesterday, waiting on bearings so they can throw that deal together. He got a new blower for it.
He got a bigger blower. Aiden and Dalton's cars will pretty much run the exact same
They
combination.
both got Rossler 4L80s in them now. Both got an F1X blower, Pro Charger. Sorry. The only thing that's different is a little bit of cubic inch. So,
Yeah.
but man, Aiden's car. So I'll probably put out a video for the morons tonight for them to hear it.
Just let them listen to it.
Just let them listen to it, man.
It sounds killer.
For
you can't not smile whenever we fired that thing up.
Yeah.
We've been telling Aiden for a long time now. We were really stoked when he first got that car and we first did all the work to it, all the QA1 stuff, all the quick performance stuff. And what really made that car sound killer was the stainless works exhaust that we put in.
Yep.
It was a traditional small block Chevy. LSs just don't sound like those.
They don't.
So I've been worried about it, and I've told Aiden ever since we pulled that motor out. Car's never going to sound the same again. It will never sound as good as what it does right now.
Yep.
And honestly, it sounds pretty damn
Man,
good.
it still had the pop to
It's got
it.
a lot of chop there.
Yeah. So Martin Smallwood is who I use for the camshafts that I get the chance to pick cams out for our vehicles. And he's done the one in my truck, which I feel like sounds pretty good for a turbo car. Like most turbo
For sure,
LSs,
it's the best turbo sound truck.
pretty positive. The 55 has one in it after we redid it.
Mhm.
And now Aiden's car. And I've sold a few to customers as well. He does a good job. So,
Well, and now that Dalton and Dalton's dad heard,
and now Dalton will have one.
Dalton will probably have the same cam in his.
It's a good choice.
It's not going to lose power, but
No.
I can see those boys chopping through a parking lot on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to sound good.
Just parking lot pimping.
Yeah. So
So what do you guys think of the 19 race schedule for next season? What 19 races are you talking about?
Yeah, maybe
I mean, what do you
you
know
can
that we
schedule-
don't? I don't know. Mallory made us some notes over
yeah,
here.
Cliff notes over here.
It's good.
But you know, people don't like that.
Here, let's start off with the first three. When is NPK 6 gonna air? We don't know.
No idea.
I heard in February.
That would be nice.
When is NPK 7 schedule coming out? We don't know.
No idea. We've heard lots of different things.
I heard 2 weeks.
Yeah. They're going to have us a schedule in October of 2023. So.
Any shows planned? America's List, Fastest in America, OG show.
Nope.
Not that we know of.
The only plans we have right now are to do whatever we can here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
we're going to continue to get ready for MPK, whatever that may consist of, and just keep our heads
Keep doing
down and
that.
grinding. You know,
Well,
what I
and
mean?
keep
So,
doing us. We want to get more on track with YouTube.
yeah, we want to be more consistent and have a schedule. Like so our schedule now. What I'm going to try to put out, what we're going to try to have content for, is we're going to upload every Thursday and Sunday. So we're hoping that as we create consistency, it will help with our subscriber count. It'll help people know when to come on and watch it 187 Customs, which will get our views up and help us grow this channel so we can just do this channel if that's all we want to do. So that's
And then we'll be able to race the races that we want to race when we want to race them, and do some more of the smaller stuff. With I'd like to go do all the LS fests. I'd like to, obviously if we're going to do this burnout truck, I'd like to go places that we can do things like that.
Yeah. So a lot of people ask, are we going to build this truck and go to Cletus's events? We haven't really been invited back to Cletus's events since
Maybe
one deal.
we made some people mad.
We definitely made some people mad. I don't know if we made Garrett mad or
I don't know.
or what, but we definitely have not been invited back to the Freedom Factory. I'm not saying that we won't go back for sure.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they have a good time there, especially with
Oh, for sure.
what we're going to do with this
Well,
truck.
and we had a good time there.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure. That was the second question.
it was.
Jill?
Oh, the first one was how did Phantom and Shawn meet?
Yeah, that one's been asked a lot.
Really?
Shut up over there.
Yeah.
Aiden, you want to come tell the story?
So,
Is there a story?
I mean, there's really not. Like, I had a truck. Like, I've always had a truck. That's all I've ever had. I've had 2 cars my entire life. Well, I had my black truck. It's when you guys were first starting to get into the LS stuff. It was kind of fast for what it was, and I was like the LS guy on Midwest Street Cars Forum. And we met at the track, and they invited me out to go street racing one night, and then kind of like Jesse off Fast and Furious, I just never left.
And then after that, he just hung around and
Yeah.
and never left.
So-
But he could do things that we couldn't.
Yeah.
Like turn a computer on.
Yep. So it's nothing real special. They didn't find me in a gutter or anywhere or anything like that. So
Nope.
how long until the dyno is up and running?
The dyno got wired up yesterday.
So I have. Oh, it did.
Yeah, no,
I didn't realize he
Look,
finished.
no, look, the lights got power and everything. See the light is on over there?
Man, I don't know if y'all can see that green
It's
light.
good to go. Okay.
My head's in the way.
Oh, the delay kills you.
No, yeah, it's kind of.
No, that's it. This is it
Okay,
right
it's
there.
back there.
Boom, right there.
So yes, the dyno's up. We have a video of us going and getting it and putting it in the ground. I just need to finish it up and then we'll show you guys. It was nothing real exciting. It was kind of funny because the methods that we tried in the beginning didn't really work.
Aiden's car's liable to be the first thing that we put on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it may as well be.
Still having Dawn come down and set that over.
Yeah, we gotta have to get with Dyno Don, from Mustang Dyno and get him to come down here and just make sure that everything's dialed in. I want to make sure all the numbers are right.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows you can manipulate the dynos, you can make them read what you want. You can, ours has an eddy brake on it, so it's pretty accurate anyways.
Yeah.
But we could also, I could turn that eddy brake on and I don't care how much power you got, make it to where you can't hardly even turn them.
Yeah, that's what they did last time I put my truck on it.
Yeah.
That stretched the rods in too.
It's not good.
No.
That's why rental cars work best for
Yeah.
setting those things up.
Just beat the brakes off of them. So yeah, we have a long-standing relationship with Mustang. So whenever we do anything with the dyno or it needs calibration, we call them and they help us get it fixed up.
And then I'm gonna have to explain to him how we lost our 49-pound weight.
Where did that thing go?
Do you remember that little
Yeah.
the special
Yeah,
weight?
49.7.
0.07 something.
It's something very specific.
Yeah.
And then you set it in
handle
that
on it.
little
Yeah.
handle on it, and you set it in that little spot. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, that's
How do
like,
you lose that?
I don't know, and
I
that's
have that
step one of
everything else.
calculating that dyno.
I know. I have everything else except that.
Ooh, that's a good one. What's your favorite golf club?
The driver.
The big dog, bro. Like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah, the big dog's my favorite.
I mean, the big dog for sure, man. We're all about driving for show.
That's right.
We can't really putt, so we don't win a lot of dough. But
Yeah.
It's tough to putt with a driver. So
yeah, we've done it though.
Yeah. I might be just as good.
Yeah. Let's see. What color is Aiden gonna paint the Chevelle?
He's not going. I don't plan on painting it for a while.
Yeah.
He's gonna. Well, first off, he's gonna learn how to drive it first. Let's be
it's
honest.
gonna have
Right
a lot of
now,
driving in that.
right now, that thing probably makes close to 1,300. It's not gonna make that whenever he first starts driving it. I have put somebody else that I care about in that situation before, and Dad about killed himself. I'm not gonna do it with him. And at some point, even though I don't want to, we're gonna have to put some sort of at least a roll bar and all that stuff in it. That way he can put a 5-point harness and all that stuff in. But whenever we were racing that combination in the 55 for the street show, we put a smaller pulley and we upped the boost from 23 pounds to 30 pounds. So right now, that thing will make about 30 pounds of boost. And
It's too much.
we never dynoed it on that. But I'd say somewhere around close, 1250 or so. It made 1180 or 1140
1135 at 23 pounds.
at 23 pounds. So it made 1120 ish. So we'll put that old pulley back on it, and then I'll probably, I don't know, drag 8 degrees out of it or something.
Yeah, he definitely ain't
Just
getting
for a while, let him cruise around. But he's also before in the past raced that car on a 26-inch drag radio, so those have to come off. Not saying that they can't work. I know there's a lot of people out there that run 26s that make more power than that. That's also track cars that are proven suspension works and probably weigh 2,800 pounds.
Yeah, and
Aiden's car is going to weigh 3,600 pounds, I hope.
yeah.
And he's going to drive it around on the street. So we'll probably put a 28-10-5 pro bracket on it for a while and see how it likes that.
Yep, I'm ready to see it out and doing its thing. But if up to this point, the fastest thing he's driven is the man van, and that thing just did its thing. This thing's gonna get out there and do the A-body boogie. And
So he hasn't been.
what'd you go, 10 teens?
1014, 136.
Nice.
What was the temp out?
What was VA?
Yeah, what time was it? Yeah. So, 10 teens, that's not bad. But what did that thing run on that pass? 620s?
8 mile?
Yeah, what did it go to?
660.
660?
Yeah. Yeah, it was down a little power.
Yeah. I think
I couldn't find
off the bat.
I couldn't find the button, remember?
Was the man van faster than the F-150? No.
It shouldn't be. We don't really know yet. We have yet to take that thing out and done anything with it.
But at the end of the day, the F-150 also weighs a fraction less than the man van.
Yeah,
Man van
it's gonna weigh less, and it actually has already made more power than the man van
By
So,
a couple hundred
by
horsepower.
a couple hundred horsepower.
Is Aiden faster than me? No. Not yet. He will be. At some point, Aiden will definitely go faster than me.
Even 430s.
Yeah.
Huh?
I got a long way before that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but before that, I'd only been 6'0".
It was a slight jump.
Yeah. Oh no, I went 5'0", I guess, on
Yeah,
radios at one time.
You did. That was another.
Yeah.
I told Phantom Man, just let go of the button. It's going to go down through there, and it's going to be a nice 470 pass.
Uh-huh.
And it went at 30. I went, oh shit! Hey, but it was still nice and right
It
down,
was.
right down
It was.
there.
It was. Stick week, man. We talked about it, and this year it's just not in the cards. But at some point, stick week, race week, drag week, we'll be able to do it
The
all.
Rocky Mountain Week is around here too, right?
It's over in Louisiana this year. But yes, like they go to Motorplex, Texas
We
Motorplex.
want to do all that stuff. That's the reason that we actually built the 55. We
Yep.
built the 55 and just wanting to cruise all the way to Santa Monica, to be honest with you. That's where we want to go. We want to
End up on the
travel
border.
66 and we want to go all of 66 in it. And that's what we built it for. And then once we did the 405 street show, we changed it up quick and took it out and raced it.
Yeah.
Which the car can still be raced, but we did take the Pro Charger off and put turbos on it, and it should be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all these little small towns tracks that you guys are asking about, yes, we're going to them. Like eventually we'll hit them.
That's what we want to do.
Like someday, yes, we'll be there. Right now, we kind of got to go where the money's at. So, I've seen someone ask if Ramjack is back on board this year.
They are.
100% Ramjack is back on board with us this year. We're super stoked to have them. They're a great company, nice Oklahoma company.
I mean, I'm
Right? Don't I got?
Yeah.
Yes, they are on board. We would love to work with more Oklahoma-based companies. If there's anyone out there looking, or any company at all for that matter, email marketing at themurdernova.com and let us talk.
Yeah, because to be honest with you guys, if it wasn't for Ramjack, we wouldn't have been able to do last season. And honestly, last season was a success for us.
Yeah.
We finished 4th in one and 5th in the other. Success. And
Yeah.
we couldn't have done it without them. So
Yeah.
hell yeah, we're happy to have them on
We're
board.
stoked. They're like, aside from them being our sponsor, they're really cool people. Justin, Dustin, Scott, like they're
Both Scott.
Yeah, they're all just they're cool people. We like to hang out with them. So
We had some people ask when Ramjack hats will be on our website to be purchased.
we'd have to talk to them about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wear it because it's cool.
Yeah, it's like I like my new era hats. So
I don't mind the hat at all.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. Get with them. I'm sure they'd be cool with it. What other type of racing would you like to try for fun? I know I want to see you do something other than drag racing. I don't know what yet, but I want to put you out of your comfort zone of doing something. No, I know. Like that's going to be cool.
And I was about to say, he's really worried about wrecking this thing drifting.
So, and you didn't even remember, we talked about that dirt track race the other day that you did. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I didn't.
I've done some dirt track racing, right? Like my buddy Tyler, he is a dirt track,
Yeah.
and I consider him a pretty good driver. And he watched Shawn, and like he said, "Man, Shawn can drive." I was like,
No, it's
I mean, I feel like we all grew up racing dirt roads.
"Oh, for sure."
We may
Fish
not have been
tailing every
racing,
corner.
but we were, doing everything that we can.
Yep.
And it took me a little while at the Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
Fantasy Factory?
No, Freedom Factory.
Freedom Factory.
Yeah.
Oh.
We haven't met Rob
Hey,
yet.
so close. I was so close.
We were almost back in.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, I'm sorry, Garrett. But I had a great time at that, and it took me a little time to get used to that.
But man, once you
But dude,
did, you
once
were
I got
making
the hang of it-
ground.
Well, once I got the hang of it, and I realized when you get into the corners, you got to dip in and kind of kick the car sideways a little bit.
Dude.
That's the stuff
Man,
that
that sounds fun.
that I
And like, I don't know, second or third lap, he's like just foot on the floor, taking the corner, and I seen him hit the wall, and I go, "Did you just hit the wall?" He said, "Yep." I said, "Nice."
It was a good time. I understand why everybody goes to the Freedom Factory and does all that stuff because it's a good time.
Yeah.
And you're out there with other people that are the best at things
Yes.
that they do.
Yes.
So us walking around there, I was like, oh man, there's so and so.
Mhm.
Oh man, there's so and so. It was really cool.
Bumstead 13 wants to know, have we lost the Donk Love?
No,
Not at all. Like I mean, we just built that wagon. That's a donk. Like it's still cool.
you got a fleet of them.
we just haven't had time.
Yeah, it's another genre that we don't have time for.
The two that I want to drive are both convertibles, and it's freezing outside. And only one of them has a heater.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here.
We will go at some point and race the fire donk and try to go race with those guys out there and see.
What is your favorite non-track car you've ever owned?
Good question. Do you have any questions on track cars?
I mean, the Blue Donk.
Like the Blue Donk, the Turbo T.
I mean, the Scout's pretty cool.
The Scout is pretty cool. My Regal is really cool.
Yeah.
My Regal's cool. I also like my K5.
Oh yeah. Where is that thing?
It's getting forward drive for wintertime.
I know you're supposed to be driving.
I haven't seen it. The yellow one? Yeah. So whenever we built it, the advanced adapters or whatever, they didn't have all the stuff to put four-wheel drive on. Well, then it came in, and I don't know. See,
It's probably got four-wheel drive.
I can't afford to pick it up from them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
They got to hold on to that deal.
I'm afraid that they're going to call me and tell me it's ready, and here's the bill, and I don't have no money. So.
Yeah. Oh
They
man.
want to know what costs more, the oil to get home or the truck.
Oh shit.
The truck did, but still, we were out. I'd say
I mean, $40 a gallon.
$400 in fuel and diesel. I mean,
Oil.
probably. Every bit of $400,
Mhm.
probably more than that.
I mean, we definitely spent more on oil than we did gas.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like this thing gets really good gas mileage.
Mhm.
Man, it was a fun trip. It got pretty scary there at the end. It was a fun
We're
trip.
gonna do it again at some point. We will look for something piece of shit to buy and drive it home. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was looking for El Caminos the other day.
Yeah.
Except I'm not looking at 1,100 miles.
We're gonna
miles is a
catch
long
this
trip.
next trip.
That's all. I don't care what you're in. Even if you're using a brand new truck, 1,100 miles is a long trip.
I mean, just think about driving out to Vegas in your nice vehicle and then do it in that.
In that view.
Yeah, zero amenities.
Yeah.
You have windows. That's it.
Sucks in the Ford in the dually.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a long trip in a really comfortable new vehicle.
Aiden drove my dually out there
With a trailer.
Yep.
You know. I mean, if you had ever built another NPK car, I don't think you would. What would it be?
A TTO.
What's been your favorite road trip project?
Project
I don't know if, like, my favorite road trip we've done,
was in the Blue Dome.
for sure. It wasn't a project. That's definitely my favorite road trip.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys drove or flew all the way down there to get that.
That was the red.
That was the red one.
We drove that one home. Remember, we drove the blue one to Florida, went to that cash days, and then turned around and drove it back home.
That's right. So it was the red one that you guys drove all the way back.
So how far of a trip was that from Oklahoma City?
So I looked at it was 2,400 miles is what we drove that car
24
with an old 350. We remember we blew the muffler out, had to stop at Finnegan's and put the muffler on it.
Remember, we didn't make it to Memphis, and we had to change
The rotor bug or whatever had to get in some stranger's truck and ride to the nearest O'Reilly's.
It's better than the backside of a Harley.
Yeah, just not the butt.
I forgot about that.
You know.
You just jumped in, and I tried to work on the car while you were gone.
Yep.
Have the distributor and stuff out of it.
Yeah, he's gonna be back today.
Man, yeah, no, that was a fun trip. That was a good time. We didn't take no tools.
Nothing. Everyone said whenever we flew out to get this thing, why didn't you take a toolkit with you? Well, we're on an airplane, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What kind of tool? I mean, I stopped and bought a Phillips head screwdriver.
yeah, we had a Phillips head screwdriver and a
Cutters or something.
pair of adjustable wrenches,
Yep.
crescent wrenches.
Good to go.
You know, Impala S. Oh yeah, no, hey, we flew out and bought that Impala SS.
Did. Forgot about that. That was cool too.
Yeah.
I like that car.
Where'd you guys fly to get that?
Georgia.
Monkey, do you have house chickens?
House chickens? No, I have a huge Maine Coon that would eat a house chicken. So sorry.
Yeah. Can't have chickens in his house.
Yeah.
No,
His cat said that it would be okay.
Yeah.
cleaning up feathers would be horrible.
Can you quickly run through a list of the entire 187 Customs fleet? Not quickly, for sure.
There's a whole bunch that I don't even remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Every time it shows up in one, like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
There's 9 cars in here right now. 10 if you count the mini and the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. You have heat in the shop. We have two Mr. Heaters, 140,000 BTUs.
Oh, it's cold.
It costs $60 a day to heat this place.
Yeah.
You know,
Stevie J just tipped us big and he wants to know, are you guys gonna hang out at Sick Week with Lutz?
Man, we would love to, because I think Lutz is going to go out there and he's going to turn
they're
it.
gonna lay it down.
Lutz is going to go out there and he's going to lay it down.
Yeah.
And we'd really like to be there, but
Yeah.
I just don't think that we can.
We'll be rooting for him though from here.
First off, it's next weekend.
It starts this coming Sunday. 7 days from now,
Yes.
they're starting the first.
So there was two reasons that I couldn't go. One of them was on the 30th, Aiden has senior night. I wasn't going to miss that.
Yeah.
And then we have a baseball. We go visit a college.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't going to miss those two things.
Yep.
So,
Yep. 6 weeks. 6 weeks going to happen every year.
yeah.
And all these other races will happen again. And if they don't, there will be one just like it that we can go to. Like he's only going to get to do this.
Well, and hopefully, like we've said before, he's only going to be a senior once. And next year, if we go do sick week, he could take his car.
Yep.
I mean, the day that Dad crashed the 55, he drove that thing 3 hours.
And then he kept racing after the track.
Yeah. Throughout the whole crash, he was still racing that.
Unfazed.
And it made that 3 hour trip. Everything was good. I understand
Yep.
it was 3 hours.
Well, now it has an overdrive transmission.
Mhm.
So
Chris on Facebook wants to know, what Nova do you like to drive more, the NPK or the OG?
Doja.
I was about to say, that one would be an easy.
we don't tell the MPK car that though.
Yeah.
Especially when it can hear us.
I like them both. Honestly, I do. But the OG is taken care of me for a long time.
Yep. Long time. Since like, I remember the very first time I ever seen that car, I didn't know who Shawn was. My buddy Tyler, who you hear me talk about sometimes, he used to be on the Midwest Street Cars Forum before I was. And I guess you guys had posted that you were taking a Nova to the track or something like that. And he called me and he said, we didn't text back then. He called me and said, hey, they're taking this badass car to the track. Let's go to the track. And so I took off work and we went to the track. And I think he ended up going like 8:30s or something that day. It still had the big blower hanging out of the hood and everything. And like, that's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
It was a while back.
it's been doing its thing for a while. So I have the old chassis for the OG. Yes. We were just talking about taking parts off of it earlier. We
In
did.
fact, we could take them brakes off of it. I
Yeah.
know it's got back brakes on it.
We had to cut some of the steering out of it to put on Aiden Chevelle
Yeah.
last week.
Did you really?
Yes.
And we got the big ladder and everything. And got it. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. It was cold.
Yeah.
It's a whole different level of cold.
It still has, we talked about doing a giveaway with the wheels that are on it.
Oh yeah. Is shop truck and farm truck in the same league? Would it be a good race? If not, what separates the two? I mean, maybe at this point, nobody really knows what the farm truck runs. I feel like I have an idea, and I feel like my truck would run with it, but I don't know. Not on the street. I don't think. Maybe at the track.
It also has a large tire too.
That's what I'm saying.
got to bring this tire on.
Yeah, he can leave it with all the power that thing makes.
Yeah. I think on the street he takes me. At the track, it might be a good race. I don't know. I may be wrong.
Is Aiden's race with farm truck ever gonna happen?
Yes.
Someday.
I talked about it first.
We're just gonna have to change because we were supposed to race the more.
Well, let me explain something to you. We were getting hustled in that deal
Oh,
anyways.
100%.
They were
That thing
about
makes
to
way
mess
more
that
power.
Chevelle up.
That thing
Now
was-
it might be a decent race.
Yeah, that thing made way more power.
Yeah. Someday, to answer y'all's question,
Yes,
yes,
and
someday.
I feel horrible because farm trucks asked me a couple of times, and ever since the 2 or 3 times that I've talked to him that he's asked me about it, the Chevelle hadn't been running, which we just got it running today, so it's clearly not ready.
Do you miss the man van?
Yes.
Don't miss what?
You missed the man van?
Man Van was really, really cool,
Yeah.
but when you replace it, I honestly, I've got too many cars. I need to get rid of some of them. Whenever you have that many, you don't get to enjoy them. They get this much of any of your time. I have cars that need work that I don't have time to work on. Just like the Blue Donk, we need to pull the motor out of it
Mhm.
and re-ring it. We don't have time. I love that car, and it's embarrassing to drive because it smokes so bad.
Guy looks like Uncle Buck driving down the road.
But we just haven't had time.
Go back up here. Somebody asked a question. Chris Melchor, would Miss Murder Nova ever try and race?
No.
So you guys, it was before the show or anything. We didn't have a YouTube. Like I had my own YouTube where I would post videos of it. But Shawn built Aaron was a 99 Trans Am.
Nice.
And I raced it more than she did.
Yep. And she went 10-14. No, because Ava went 10-14. She went 10-16, 10-17, and 10-18.
Mm-hmm.
3 passes in a row at the track with it. 2 weeks later or so, a buddy of mine, Brandon Glancy, crashed his car really bad and went like 980 on that pass. And he got hurt pretty bad. And she said, I'm done.
Yeah. What really hurt
one
me.
of us had to raise Aiden.
Yeah.
So
She's probably the more responsible one.
and obviously that shows that she was, because she didn't want to race anymore after that. And
Yeah.
she was done with it.
Are we trying to get a spare NPK motor? Well, before we figured out that the actual NPK motor was hurt as bad as it was, we were planning on getting a spare, yes, but now the spare has turned into the mate. And
We did get a set of heads though. So we're slowly getting some parts. We do have a spare set of heads this season.
Thank you, Tracy.
Michael Noyes wants to know if his son, if the cooler that his son Mitchell made us in Brisbane made it home in one piece, and in fact it did. It's at my house. The little white cooler with 187 custom. I've got it.
It's cool.
Yeah. No, it made it home for sure.
Yes. Thank you.
Doing Freedom 500 again. We would if we were asked to attend.
I have to get some answers on that.
Who has the best fountain Diet Dr. Pepper in OKC?
On cue.
Yeah, their soft drinks are always good.
They got the good syrup mixture.
They do.
Yep.
They do.
I guess it's good.
It always comes out the right color.
Yeah.
It's never too clear or too dark.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on giveaway builds? Yes, we've thought about it. Someday when we have more time, which soon, honestly, probably.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Doing Armageddon.
Huh?
Doing Armageddon.
If we're not doing anything
we always
else.
do Armageddon.
Yeah, you know they've moved it this year.
That's what I heard.
In the end of September.
As long as we aren't currently racing MPK, that would really be the only thing that would keep us from it.
Dave's on Facebook.
Dave is.
Dave has arrived.
I'm sure he'll have some questions.
Why don't we do radio races?
Oh
Well,
man, we'd like to.
we honestly talked about doing some this winter. I don't know if it's going to be in the cards or not.
Bradenton is coming up in 2 weeks, and obviously we don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of testing to do.
Well, it takes a lot of testing. It takes a lot of money.
to do radio stuff.
Yeah.
It takes.
And honestly, guys, right now we're having a whole huge problem with our brakes and our stacker, and we can't take it anywhere right now.
Yeah.
All tore apart. The brakes are. I'm hoping that Monday I can figure something out, and I am going to totally ditch the whole brake system that's on it and swap it over to something else that we think might fix, and it'll be more like Jeff Lutz's.
Yeah.
So.
See one up here I wanted to answer. Trip Rogers, will you post a tire machine video with Shawn filling the tires? Yes, soon.
Ooh,
No.
This guy asked about your wanting to see a bead pop all the time.
oh man.
But yes, soon we have some coming.
He'll leave a shop before that bead pops on there.
I don't like it.
Oh man, you missed it. What was it? It was the semi wheels we were putting on. We had to do the ether
Yeah.
and blow them up.
Nice.
I did it though.
Yep.
I got it.
Yep. I was hiding behind the.
Honestly, that's less violent than just letting a bead
It
pop on there.
wasn't that bad,
No, it's not horrible.
but it's horrible
Yeah.
getting over to it. You know what I mean?
Did you used to own the death trap?
I did. I built that car for Dad. And Dad went, what, 580s?
Yeah.
580s in it?
Yeah.
What?
580s?
Yeah.
And he could handle the video.
I know. I know. That's kind of where I'm at with it. You're not helping yourself out.
It was on a
Because
6.
Dad's been 580s.
What would the 55 have ran? In
It
fact,
wouldn't have went 620s on that pass.
faster than that?
No.
Oh, really?
No problem.
What?
On the pass that Dad crashed at 55?
Oh,
It moved
no,
out
no.
pretty good,
Probably
I think.
650s at
Yeah,
best.
probably.
It's 60 footed really well.
It
It
did.
left good. It left good.
It did.
Whose car is your favorite other than your car?
Like what?
Let's say MPK car.
Looks or performance? Because there's a difference.
All together.
Let's go with looks.
Pinky's car's pretty amazing.
Man.
It's kind of like a sick.
Pinky's car's pretty cool.
Kai's car could have been the coolest car out there.
But the paint quality of Pinky's paint job is phenomenal. I mean, there's nobody else on the parking lot that's like that.
I'll tell you right now, Clay Coles is too.
It was. Before we started driving it.
Before we started racing it, Clay Cole's car was one of the coolest cars ever. And I know I bag a lot on blue and say that you shouldn't have a blue race car, but
His looked good. It was
his
nice.
car looked really good, and Robin's car does too.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Robin's
I will
car.
honestly say Robbins is one. I love the 68 Firebird.
I do too. I'm a fan of Robin's car. I'm a fan of Clay Cole's car. I'm a fan of Pinky's car. Who else?
Man, there's really some cool cars in NPK. There's there's a lot of 5th and 6th gen Camaros, but besides that, there's a lot of diversity in NPK. I think that's one thing that makes it pretty cool.
And you got Dave rolling up in there with
an Audi.
brand new Audi.
That's probably my top three, though.
Yeah.
3 cars.
Yeah.
With Pinky's probably being up there pretty high,
Yeah.
but obviously it don't work.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what they did. He says that it doesn't work.
That new car that Jerry Bird came out with this year was pretty
It was
sexy.
pretty sexy.
Yeah, the Chevelle that Monza built was nice.
Yeah. Hey, look, a Chevelle. I'm on a different level with Chevelles.
Yeah.
If I would have found a Chevelle before I found the Nova, I probably would never have bought a Nova.
It's been Murder Chevelle.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same ring.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sure there's one out there.
I like this question right here. What's your most used tool in the whole workshop and why? I'll answer that one for myself. And it's 100% the 3/8 impact from Snap-on. The 14.4 volt 3/8 impact Snap-on is my most used.
I use that a lot.
Sean's is the yellow one though.
Yeah.
Hey, I will.
If you can't find that yellow one,
I'll walk around until I can find it. I will not grab a red one unless I have to.
yo,
Yeah, no,
That's-
I like the yellow one. I don't know why. I just do.
yeah, no, it's
What?
the winter laps.
Even is the rear end in?
Oh, it's in.
It's all bolted?
It's not all bolted. Because I'm sure y'all got somebody to change something about it. Because I just put on the shop mounts, but I don't know. I have it on the lowest one.
That's fine.
I just don't know if you wanted
We
that.
like it. We like it. low.
Besides Ryan, who is or was your toughest opponent on or off the track?
This year, it was Nate.
Nate, 100% Nate.
Hey, every time you send me
And it was only because we raced him so much. But I was back and forth with Kai all season too.
And Kayla. We went back and forth with Kayla a few times.
There's too many fast people in MPK.
But we picked, like, the year we finally decided, we've been serious since we started it, obviously, but this year was like just the whole serious. And then everyone else did the same thing. So this year was tough.
Our races were with Kayla were really close. Our races with obviously Nate were really close.
Mhm.
Our races with Kai were really close. But honestly, I think that there's a number of people that would have been really close if we would have raced. We just happened to draw those 3 people. I never one time raced Clay Cole. Hey, because me and him would have been close too.
Yeah, we
I
got the same
never-
food,
we got
the same combo.
Same everything. Me and Clay's cars are really close to the same, and I never once raced him.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I only raced Ryan in
We raced him a couple times in the grade
the
8.
grade 8. Who else that was up
I
there?
mean, Swanstrom's always a threat, and we only raced him once this year.
Did we only race him one time this season?
Mhm. We didn't race him at all.
Yeah,
The pre, oh, well, yeah, we're 4-0. 4-0.
We're 4-0 against Swanstrom.
4-0.
I like those guys.
I do too. Big Country was doing an interview at PRI, and he was talking about you and how we'd improve this season and stuff.
freezing.
Are those ice pellets?
Yes. Yeah.
And he was talking about, hell, every time we race, they beat us. He goes, I think we're 3-0. I said 4-0.
Yeah. Those are good dudes that we didn't expect to like as much as what we do,
Yeah.
but it just happened. You spend that much time with anybody, like even if I wouldn't have spent time with them over in Australia,
Yeah.
how can you not like Big Country?
Oh, dude, he is a trip, man.
He's funny.
Yeah, he gives
So-
up.
And Justin's
You
a good
ain't
dude.
lying.
Man.
Justin's a good dude.
Yeah.
He is very, very motivated.
I like that.
So
Yep, he gets this deal for sure. Will you sell the Fire Dog? Yes,
Yeah, how much
I don't own anything that I wouldn't sell.
except the OG, maybe the
No,
55.
I'd sell it.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the price?
It'd be, I don't know. It would just have to blow me away.
Yeah.
I'd sell it. I mean, you mean to tell me that you would offer me what it would cost me to pay off my house that I just built on
I
that
mean,
property?
No, I get it.
It'd be gone.
Yeah.
I'd cry.
And being your
I
driver.
would cry about it. I'd cry about it.
You wipe your tears with
Yep.
$100 bills, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd sell everything. The Pete.
Sell Brady Shelton 51, the Regal.
How much?
Yeah,
Everything I have is for sale.
bring some $100 bills and
Yep.
take it home.
You know? And honestly, that's a car that we don't have a whole lot in.
No, it's just a cool car.
It was a smoking deal, and it was a phenomenal car to start with.
Yep.
Fire Donk versus Hoonigan Donk. Isn't there Donk all-wheel drive? Or no?
No, it's just
Oh,
got
it's the big blower.
didn't it?
Yeah.
Man, such a big blower.
I don't know. What is that? Have they had theirs at the track?
I don't know.
I'd be willing to say that I had mine at the track one time and I've been faster. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what they've been, but guys, we had ours at the track one time, and it was before the race that we were preparing for the street. Very, very loose converter, and we only made 21, 22 pounds of boost.
Yeah, like
21, 22 pounds of boost, and we went 619.
that's getting it.
It's pretty damn fast for that type of car. And knowing what we know now, we think that car will go a whole lot faster.
What would you sell for 10K?
Get some cars out back.
My golf cart.
Yeah.
My golf cart for 10 grand. That's what I gave for it.
Yeah. How's the SEMA Mustang coming along?
Dad's been working on it.
Yep.
I was out there just the other day, and he has about got all the rust taken care of.
I mean, there wasn't much rust on that car. There was some. It was
pretty solid starter.
yeah. And it's gonna be a cool car too. Yeah, it's been getting worked on. We've been talking to people about parts for the build, so we'll have an update on it at some point in the near future. Do we plan on doing any small tire racing? Yes, as time allows.
What though?
Yeah,
I mean, OG still has small tires.
Fire Donk versus Blue Magic Donk. Blue Magic or Magic Blue?
Yeah, I mean anything that CAD has right now would outrun me. Like there's no.
Yeah, I mean, Cad's been doing this a long time.
And I can't. I mean, I think at this point, his street car, Blue Magic, that he's races out on the street would outrun me.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt in my mind. We're not as serious as those guys are.
David, he's a member of our Moral Nation. He asked, what type of sponsorships are you looking for? Money, oil, and fuel. Money and or fuel would be great at this point, honestly. We'd love to work with a trucking company. I think would be a good fit for a fuel sponsorship. So, but honestly, anything,
Yeah.
just holler at us. Marketing at themurdernova.com.
Thank Tracy, she's like $150.
Tracy Arnett, thank you so much for the gifts that you're sending us here.
What did somebody send us?
She sent us like $150 altogether.
For what?
Me
Nothing?
and you.
Just for being awesome?
Yep.
Man, that's badass.
Yeah,
Thank you.
She's awesome. I see her buy our merch all the time.
Really?
She's a fan from way back. We appreciate
It's
it.
gonna make me feel bad.
Is NPK a tuner's race and not a driver's race? It's both. Like you can have the best tuner and a crappy driver, and you'll go out first round, or you can be a good driver and not tune.
But also, when we talk driver, when we say good driver, cut a good light.
Good light.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, it's about cutting a good light. Like the tracks themselves, we're not out there pedaling the cars a whole lot.
Not anymore, but sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like,
I mean, sometimes.
I mean, when it turns into a driver's race, I'll take my driver over anyone. I mean, honestly, I've always said that. So, and I'll stand on it. Was the SEMA Mustang a 351 Cleveland car? It was, wasn't it? And maybe again.
Yep.
Any plans on building a pro mod? Absolutely not. Right?
No, I don't think so.
Do you miss list racing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss anything on the street. I miss street racing for sure. And we want to do things like that still too. I want a front side, I want a back side, I want a street. I want to be able to do all that. And I feel like we're setting ourselves up with a car for each of those. And I'm just hoping one day we get to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
But at this point, we're going to be behind the curve. We're going to go out there and those guys are going to show us what's up. And then we're going to get our asses whipped for a while until we get it figured out.
Yeah. Skipper, I'm pretty sure I answered your question in text. Should they stop the cause by broke cars to give teammates free points? If you get called out by a broke car, you don't get points.
Yes.
So that's not really a thing. You advance to the next round, but you missed out on points. So no,
It's worthless.
I don't care.
All it is and at some point, I understand that might be worth it if you don't know what your car's going to do and it's untested or something. But
Yeah. Aiden versus Billy from Street Race Channel.
No.
Yeah. Aiden getting the floor off with it.
Like Billy or Tommy?
Billy.
Oh,
Either one of them.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
any
Either one of them.
Yeah, no,
Even
hey,
the old
Billy and
man,
Tommy's
yeah.
cars are fast.
Hey, the old man.
Yeah, even the old man.
With the Malibu.
Yeah, the old Malibu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it cost more to run the rig or the race car? Man, it probably the race car, but it's like it costs a lot to run the rig.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $1,000 a day in fuel.
Yeah. You're talking 3 to 4 miles per gallon.
Yeah. Don't care about football or who's winning them games. I'll be totally honest with you. I just don't. I don't care about football one bit. It's just not my thing. Never has been.
I don't mind watching college football.
Yeah. Yeah. Occasionally I will. Do you want to do the team thing again?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care because, in my opinion,
It's still an
it's
individual
still an
deal.
individual deal.
Yeah.
But
Monkey's not full-time 187 now. He is here helping us a lot whenever he can. His day job is he works on diesels. We answered most of this in the
How did you
beginning.
get your nickname Monkey?
he's a wrenchman.
Well, so generally, yeah, because I jump in the middle of anything. I used to do new construction heat and air whenever I was quite a bit younger. So I used to walk into houses and literally jump up into the rafters. And, I mean,
I always thought it was because if he's not fucking it up, he's shitting on it.
Yeah. Or monkey wrench, he's a wrench.
Yeah.
yeah, it was endless. It was an endless.
Somebody asked if Monkey could build a race car, what would it be? You actually have a Nova, right?
I happen to. It's
And I gave him
yeah.
the OG.
That's the whole reason why Shawn drug the OG chassis back down here is so I could eventually one day throw the body off mine onto that.
Yep. That's why we try not to rob too many parts off of it.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
still pretty much has everything. I have all the A-arms. Oh no.
No,
Yep. Yep.
Robert
Some of them fit
Trujillo said Monkey looks either 26 or 43.
I could trim a little
There's
bit.
nowhere in between. There's nowhere in between.
Uh,
I could trim a little bit of
man.
beard. 26.
43, man. That's all
Did-
put you up there. You're
did-
not 40 yet, are you?
No,
He's younger than I am. I'm 40.
I'm 37. So.
Close.
37.
Oh, shit, I thought you were younger than that.
No, good shit down there, man. It happens quick.
You know?
You didn't used to tree trim, did you?
Tree trim?
Yeah, you did. You just power line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless there was some trees to trim around the power lines.
Yeah, old tree jockeys. That's what we used to call them.
I won't say what my dad used to call them.
Yeah.
Tony Kemper said, "Would you put a 2JZ in the step side?"
No,
That'd
It'd be cool.
be cool.
It'd be cool.
I try to talk about
We got certain things that we can we talk about that?
What's that?
About what we plan on doing?
Yeah, no, we
All
can.
right, guys. So we've said this before, and honestly, we talked about building the inline six for it, putting a
I like that
292
business.
because man, that thing was indestructible. We tried and tried to tear that thing up, and it's still you can fire it up right now, and it's not knocking or anything.
I literally pumped the gas 5 times earlier when I went out there to start it, and it.
Well, so we went as far to go and purchase a 292 inline six for this thing. Well, we started talking about it. We started thinking about it, and there's a lot of special parts and stuff that you just can't get in those motors. And then we started thinking about what all we want to do with this truck. And the first thing that came to mind is all the Holly's stuff. And it's called Holly LS Fest
Yeah.
for a reason.
Right. LS.
LS being the key word.
Right.
They're not going to let us in, which they might, but if you don't have an LS, you don't really go to that type of stuff
No, because.
because it's not an LS.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but they're starting to let coyotes in a little bit.
Are they?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
100% sure.
I know.
But so we're going to have to put an LS in it. I did really want to, but and now that we're going to put an LS in it, we're going to even change the power adder. We talked about putting it inline with a turbo and just trying to keep a small turbo on it, keep it pissed off, just wound up all the time. Now we'll put a Pro Charger in it, something small, a little D1 or something, 5, 6, 700 horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, good.
nothing too crazy. Just, something to go out there and make big white clouds of smoke.
literally just something to spin the tires.
Oh, would you ever run import versus domestic? Quarter mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Aiden,
sure.
what's your dream car?
I don't know.
So tell me.
Aiden's.
So someone asked what Aiden's dream car is, and he said he owns it already. So I assume he means it's Chevelle. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're talking import here.
No.
Don't get me started on some imports.
Who bought the man van? A guy, what was he, from Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Actually traded the Turbo TA for the man van plus some cash.
Mm-hmm.
A Barra motor. I'd like to do a Barra motor. That's that
Oh,
Barra
yeah,
line.
yeah.
I'd like to do one of those sometime in something. I don't know what. Brady Shelton 51 has asked 46 times, how do we feel about Holly stance about street racing? I'm indifferent.
I didn't know that they cared about it.
I didn't either. So
Um, we've been with Holly for a long time, and they've never mentioned anything to us about it. So,
yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. We're not gonna mention it.
Yeah. So there you go. Stop asking. Out of all out of all y'all, who is the smartest?
It depends on what.
Yeah, it depends on what you're talking about. Like
We all have our
but
areas.
we all together make a really good human being. Yeah.
There's a reason why it's a team.
Yeah.
Never a single individual.
I mean, just if we did an IQ test or something, I'm sure it's not me. I don't think any of us are dumb, but
No, we all have our areas, you know what I mean? Like you and Monkey are both mechanically very advanced.
And we don't use
I
computers.
am not. So we all kind of fill in where each other lacks, and I think that's kind of what makes us work together so well. What's your Tony Kemper wants to know what Monkey's favorite car in the 187 fleet is?
Man, honestly, the 55.
It's a good choice. Solid.
I like.
could never go wrong with that.
I like that car all around. And he, went back with air conditioning and heat and all that in this last build, so made it even better.
The latest rendition of the 55 would be hard to not like.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
There's a couple of things that I'd like to do to the 55 to finish it off. I want to put a solid trunk lid back on it with hinges. That's for some reason that's big to me right now.
Well, the deck lid sucks to get off that thing.
Yeah.
It's so floppy.
I want, and not to mention we need the weight back there,
Yeah.
so we need to get another deck lid. And I have billet hinges that are made for a 55 that we could put back on it.
Someone asked, does Monkey get to drive the cars for events?
Shawn asked me a long time ago if I want to drive the OG, and I said, not if you ever want to drive it again. I'm gonna tell you this. I honestly feel like if I left too hard, I'd probably black out. I mean,
What happened?
Yeah, when I get down there, I'm not willing to take that chance. I mean,
Some people are not drivers. Some people are crew guys. Some people are crew chiefs. There's nothing that I wouldn't tell Monkey, hey, do this to the car, and I wouldn't even check his work. Like, that's how much I trust Monkey. But if he doesn't trust himself in a car,
I'm just gonna. And he only asked me once, and that's all it took.
yeah, no,
It was a very definitive answer.
if you're afraid that you're going to crash, then I don't want anybody driving my car anyways.
Right.
Yo, I'll rent my own shit.
What YouTube channels do you guys watch the most on?
I watch a lot of YouTube channels.
See, I wish I did, but I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really watch YouTube. I gotta make them.
I watch Vice Grip a lot, weekly. Believe it or not, there's a guy here in Oklahoma, Puddin's Fab Shop. I watch him a lot. He's out from Monkey's area, Potawatomi County.
Old Pot County,
Pot County.
east of I-35.
He's a funny dude. I like him. He loves square bodies. He isn't into paint jobs and stuff. Like I'm a little bit more into paint jobs. He's into the patina side of everything. I like the stuff that he does. It's really cool. Anybody that does any of the will it run, will it drives,
It sucks Shawn right in.
yeah, it does every time. And I can't watch enough of them. What's the other one that I watch? Junkyard Digs? No. Yeah, Junkyard Digs.
Is that what it is?
Talking about the guy and his wife? Or the guy and his girlfriend?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's Junkyard Digs.
Okay, Junkyard Digs. Let me see. I can look.
Yeah.
Right here on my list.
I don't watch. Like my time is either editing video, working on the car's gear, or if I get done editing video at home, I'll go work on my truck. So
I watch Morski Repair.
yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Yep, Junkyard Digs, Puddin's Fab Shop, Vice Grip Garage, Morski Repair, Street Race Channel, Casey Max. I watch a guy named Bruce
Hello.
Wilson.
My name is Bruce.
Hello, my name is Bruce. A guy named Bruce Wilson. He does a lot of
Bruce Willis?
Bruce
Like
Wilson.
Vanguard?
Pretty close. He does a lot of he's a diesel guy.
Oh, okay.
He does a lot of will it run semis.
Oh, that'd be
And
cool.
you
Watching
guys
them start
realize
up.
that it does not matter how long diesel fuel's been sitting.
I bet
It doesn't matter. He puts it in there and goes, yep, there's some in it. Doesn't matter how long it's been there.
Really?
It will fire.
It's made from dinosaurs.
It's pretty amazing.
It's all made from dinosaurs, but gas still.
The Race Channel, Swanstrom, Finnegan.
Yeah.
You know, and then I obviously have some on here that I don't watch a whole lot of, but I'm subscribers to, you know, Boosted, to Ryan, to all those.
Yeah.
West.
But I watch mainly Will It Runs.
Do y'all like NASCAR? Not really. Like I don't dislike it, but I don't sit down and watch it. Like, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I like dirt track racing. If I'm gonna watch Rowdy around.
It's fun. It's funner to drive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I had that. I got to experience that one time, and it wasn't bad.
Oh, you drove a NASCAR?
Yeah.
Like Texas or something?
Texas, yeah. Yeah.
Shawn, would you ever go on Swan Talk?
Yeah. No, I like those guys. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure about going to the casting call room that they do it in.
Sitting on that couch. Yeah.
Sitting on that couch that they got there, but yeah.
We're gonna take our own couch cover.
Yeah.
What does your fleet look like now?
Huh?
What does your fleet look like now?
Mine?
It's getting thicker with
Smart
Fords,
car.
that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I've got my little red truck, 2000 Chevy truck. I've got shop truck still, and then I've got a 6.0 Ford and a 6.4 Ford. The 6.0's for sale. So I was
I was about to say, I'm surprised you haven't sold it.
He also has a smart car.
Oh yeah, I have a 2008 smart car. I love that thing. It just doesn't really work in the winter.
Yeah.
Portal.
When it gets close to 35 degrees, it won't go in gear.
Oh, wow.
But during the summer, it's fine.
Like good. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
It's pretty fun to drive.
Yeah.
Rain took it to school.
Remember he asked you who was around you because he couldn't get it to start?
I didn't want that. Like, you took my truck. You took my car.
Phantom, are you a baseball fan? Absolutely. Like, I get to do.
Is he an American?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a baseball fan.
Like growing up, man, that's what I loved racing. I loved watching racing with my dad and playing baseball. Like there was not like if I got to pick two things in life that I wanted to do, like if it wasn't this, it'd be baseball. Like I love baseball. To this day, I love baseball.
We go to as many baseball games as we can while we're out on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen someone ask earlier what our favorite ball field was that we've been to, and mine's 100% Wrigley.
So it's got to be.
Like that was amazing.
Just because we're big Cubs fans.
Yes. The Dodger Stadium was cool too. I ain't gonna lie. Like that was cool to go and experience, have a Dodger dog. And
Yep. So it was cool at Boston.
Fenway was super cramped, but it was a very cool experience.
The big green monster is the coolest thing ever.
It's awesome.
Boston. Yes, love baseball. Everything about it. We play like sometimes like we'll get all the old guys together and play kids Aiden's age at their ball field, and
We're still better than that.
yeah, we still whoop up on them. So.
Mhm.
Where's the Duramax dually? Who knows? Sold it.
Yeah.
Which one?
It got traded in at a dealership, and who
Someone
knows?
said that it came across their friend's shop in North Carolina recently.
That's probably the
bag
bag dually. I actually tried to buy that truck back one time, and Shawn told me not to.
That one that you had lives in Oklahoma, like pretty close.
Yeah, my old dually lives in Mustang.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he raced.
Timmy.
I see it all the
Timmy
time.
10-5.
Yeah, I forgot about that truck too. Man, there was a lot of.
Yeah,
Wanna come
really
back
cool.
with that?
Yeah.
Best tattoo y'all have ever gotten on the road.
Best or
I've got
best story?
most of mine on the roads.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I don't even know what a best would be.
We have had many people ask about your no corn tattoo.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
It's not about eating five.
yeah, it's got nothing to do with corn because I love corn, especially when it's on the cob.
Yeah.
We spent in 2020, whenever COVID was at its worst, or whatever,
Starting.
Yeah, at its peak.
we still filmed 3 seasons of some sort of Street Outlaws. We did the 405 show. We did America's
We did 3 shows in Nebraska, didn't we?
List, and we also did America's List. Oh,
Mega Cash Days.
Mega Cash Days. We did them all up in Nebraska, and I didn't have the Pete then, but I had a smaller Freightliner that I stayed in for 3 months. No family, just me staying in that thing for 3 months. Every morning, or actually afternoon, because we'd get home. We raced 4 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, 4 days on, 1 day off, for 3 months straight, just like that. And everywhere you could see in Nebraska. And the reason that we were in Nebraska, we were up in Scottsbluff. The reason we were there because statistically, it was the lowest place
The lowest COVID rate in the country.
for COVID in the country, or the lowest place that they could afford that would let us street race up there in the country. We went up there and we did that. And every morning, afternoon / evening, whenever I stepped out of my toter, that's all you saw for as far as you could see was cornfields.
Yeah. So
No
just
more
a reminder.
Just no more corn.
Just a reminder.
Yes.
People are asking if we got tattoos in Brazil and Australia. We've got a tattoo everywhere we've been. South Africa, Brazil, Australia. I mean, pretty much everywhere we've been. You heard it here. Shawn likes the whole cob. Bag Dooley been blowing up Facebook Marketplace in Georgia. How many subs to paint the NPK car white? About 250.
Yeah. 10.
Man, I've tried to talk him into building a white Nova for even just like a Pro Touring type white Nova for a long time. We haven't got there yet.
Have you started charging for the deal yet?
But look at,
Keeps asking.
look at all
yeah.
the white cars in here.
There's a lot of white cars, but man, I like white. I hate black. I tell everybody I hate black, and I have 2 black vehicles.
Yeah.
Yep.
The worst things I own.
Justin Beasley wants to send some tools for Aiden. That'd be nice. So let's stop losing Shawn.
You have to roll your own tool cart in here.
Would
Keep it
you-
locked up and everything.
Would you ever own an import?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I send them all the time on Marketplace.
Yeah, Aiden likes imports.
Mr. JD.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really wouldn't care. It doesn't matter. If I could afford a Supra, I'd have one.
Yeah.
Every day.
Not a right-hand drive.
Ooh, there is one for sale here in Oklahoma City.
Right-hand
too.
drive?
Yeah.
No.
And
They're more plentiful, the right-hand drives.
You said you wouldn't, or you want a right-hand drive?
No, I'd want an American one.
Worst thing about NPK that you would change?
Where the tracks are.
The
race
order
here,
in which we race
We
the
race
tracks.
here, we race over here, we race over here, we race over here. Just some sort of flow in, there's no sense in passing up a track that you're coming back to in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bud Heavy is still alive and doing well, right?
Yeah, he's sitting on his fleet of Supras. That's it.
Does the guessing on the lights piss y'all off? It does me.
I mean,
I know it's part of it,
at
man.
this point, I just kind of laugh about it, but it sucks when it happens to you because there's nothing that you can do about it.
No.
And a lot of people don't understand it. And it's really tough to explain, but I didn't understand it before I started doing NPK either, guys. But there is a way that you can guess and get like a 3/10 head start. And a 3/10 head start in what we're doing, you're not catching, you're not making it, you're not going to make that much ground up. Instant green is designed to go red unless you leave when you see green. So statistically, or the way it should work, the fastest possible reaction you could get would be a 400.
Yeah. So the deal about it is it's not instant green. It's still a 400 or a 500 pro tree, and they just take the ambers out. So
if it was an instant green, technically, as soon as you let go of the button, if the green wasn't already up, you'd go red.
right.
Some tracks that doesn't happen at, so you can anticipate the light, which I understand anticipating the light is part of it. It is part of it whenever there's ambers.
Yeah.
Totally, that's just the way that it is. When you see amber, you let go. Just like whenever it's instant green, you see green, you let go. Some timing systems
They can
will allow it to not go red if you leave before the green comes on. Some of them they've got fixed. Some of them they have not.
Yeah.
You can figure out which ones that you can do it on and which ones you can't.
That's what Friday night testing. People
it is.
use Friday night testing for something.
I try not to do it. I have done it before. So that's the reason that I can't really get upset with somebody because I have done it before. It's just, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's an accident. Sometimes the light is long and it's just time to go. So it's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could build your own NPK car, what would it be?
You get unlimited money.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know that I would, honestly.
Take that money and go do something.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, and I love being a part of it. It's a lot of fun to me, but
It's a lot of fun when you're out on the road and you're racing.
it is. Like, I have a good time. Like, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. Like, I just would. I've never done anything that I didn't love, and if I didn't love it anymore, I stopped doing it. So, but I, I don't know that I'd ever go NPK racing by myself. Um, I just don't. So, sorry to not be able to answer your question. Trying to think. Justin Beasley. I think, isn't that the PRI question guy? Isn't that what he always tags himself with? Justin Beasley wants to know, is the 136 that much better than the 140? It's not that it's
No.
better. You just get 100 pounds off for using it.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what anybody says, man. The 136 does not make more power than the 140.
Yeah.
But power to weight ratio, the 100 pounds is worth it. If you can take the 100 pounds off, you got to do it.
Yep. Do y'all actually like Reaper? Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
James Code. James Code's a good dude.
There's not a thing that Reaper wouldn't do if I called him and asked him. Like, if we'd have been broke down, you know what? He called us when we
He
were
did.
broke down.
He 100% did.
He called me whenever we were broke down.
You need me to head that way?
And he literally said, "You need me to head that way?"
Yeah. No,
Hey,
James.
and I guarantee if I'd have said yes, he'd have hung up the phone, hooked up to a trailer, and hauled ass out there.
Yeah, you can think what you want about Goat or Reaper, whatever you want to call him, but at the end of the day, he's a good dude. So, what's the best way to lose weight before the season?
Starve yourself.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. That's what Shawn does.
Stay
Like,
in the shop and forget to eat.
yeah, I mean, pretty much, man.
Yeah. I drink so much water that I don't want to eat anything is what I do. And like right now in the wintertime, I don't drink enough water. So it's tough for me to lose weight in the wintertime. But once I get out in the summertime, start sweating,
Mhm.
it's natural for me to drink water. And I just drink so much of it that my stomach is full all the time and I don't eat.
Yeah. Tony Kemper asked, would y'all race the OG at Ducks Race? Probably, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, have you seen all the stuff that he's doing? Telling
I can
everybody
imagine.
For $20, if you take some Cheetos, a bag of Cheetos up to any MPK driver. What?
Oh God, that's going to be a thing
That
this year.
it just sounds childish. I
Yeah.
don't.
Like-
I'm all for some jokes and
Yeah.
some playing around and some games.
Yeah.
But what?
It's
What
crazy.
for?
It's,
Bring me some Cheetos, man.
yeah,
I'll eat them.
yeah, I'm eating
I'll eat
things.
Wouldn't bother me a bit.
It kills me. Like, the radio guys want to talk down on the type of racing that we do, yet we could literally fill an MPK parking lot with racers from Ducks Race trying to get in to race with us.
But we don't say nothing about that.
Well, yeah, they can't even fill the radio versus world class anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, whatever, guys. Like,
I
it
enjoy
sucks
the
because
racing.
that racing is fun. He puts on a killer race. But
I enjoy the racing, and to be honest with you, Duck has always been cool to me in person. I think on the internet he says a bunch of shit that he shouldn't say, and he looks at that like that's just the way he promotes.
yeah,
I think that there's better ways to promote, but he puts on a good race,
Oh, yeah.
and he takes good care of his racers whenever you're there.
yep. No, we've always had a good time at his race, whether it be participating or spectating.
Yeah.
So, but the way he promotes.
But we don't go to a race for a promoter. We go to
Yeah.
the race to see all those badass cars and
Yeah.
see them lighting the scoreboards on fire.
Yep.
When are we gonna go back to Glamis?
Huh?
When are we gonna go back to
Oh
Glamis?
man.
Man,
Go
we're
right
gonna
now.
we're gonna go to Little Sahara pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm taking my Razor to Fields either Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, okay, then I need to go get Aiden's, and we just mine's good,
Tip top.
but we need to get Aiden's and make sure it's
It
okay.
just needs a battery, I think.
I think so too.
I just need one.
Monkey, Duramax, Power Stroke, or Cummins?
Ooh,
Not Cummins.
Cummins are cool.
All of them have their faults. I'm definitely not going to go with the Cummins. It's the only inline six that I wouldn't own.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every Duramax has their faults. I haven't really found one in the L5P yet, so I'd probably lean towards an L5P with the 10 speed.
They don't have the CP4 issues anymore?
No, it's like a Denso pump and different injectors and
That's the new Chevys.
It's
but the new Fords are
New Fords are solid.
Some of the new Fords are nice.
But
I
I'm
can have,
sure the new Chevys are solid too.
they are not as nice as a new Ford. I don't like you'd have a hard time.
Chevy messed up on the interior is the problem.
Like, they're
I
tough to
don't
get
know.
it.
It's stiff and rigid and
their top of the line high country or Denali's aren't near as nice as your King Ranch.
Like
I like my King Ranch.
I built a 2020 Denali for a guy, compound, suspension, cooler conversion, all that crap. And he just wrecked it. And as soon as he wrecked it, went and bought a Ford.
Yeah.
And we just ordered all Carly's suspension for that deal and fixing to build it again. But
They're nice.
that's where he was at. He's like, I can't go back to that ride quality. He's like, I don't care how good the engine is.
Yep.
I got to change, do
I'm
something
like-
different.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
What happened to your Harley?
I sold it. I'm not a Harley guy.
Yeah, it turns out that thing was cool too. That was as cool as a Harley gets.
If
And
I had a Harley, that's the exact Harley that I would want.
yeah,
My wife does it. I didn't rev it up enough at stoplights, and the Harley owners kicked me out.
yeah, you did.
I couldn't clean that thing out.
Yeah.
At all the stoplights.
You literally got it, brought it to your shop and sold it.
Yep. I
That's
couldn't.
about as long as it went.
If I had a Harley, then that would 100%. The Cholo style is what I like.
Yeah.
With the big spokes and the big ape hangers and all that stuff. But it turns out I am just not a Harley guy. My old lady doesn't like riding on the back of them.
Yeah.
I don't like going long distances on them.
They're hot and
Yeah.
get off.
The
and your
weather in
hands are
Oklahoma-
vibrating and-
The weather in Oklahoma isn't good enough. I used to have a lot of crotch rockets. And honestly, my favorite bike I ever had was I had a Honda CBR.
A 929?
Blackbird. No,
Oh.
I had a Blackbird.
the 1,000 or whatever.
I loved it. It was
Yeah.
1100 double X Blackbird.
I always wanted a yellow and black 929. I never did.
Yeah. I liked it a lot better. I sold that double X and got a Hayabusa. And I've owned 3 Hayabusas, but my Blackbird was 100% my favorite bike ever.
Who was the first guy you saw with a big tire on the street? Probably yourself, right?
Probably me.
Yeah. Everyone pretty much ran small tires until you brought the Nova out.
Mhm.
And then dominated, and everybody had to go.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, what'd you see?
what is the DCR deal? If you
Oh, yeah.
own a Ford and
I don't know.
you
where
think
I'm at.
you think that you may ever have an issue with your fuel system, do a DCR pump from. It'll solve all your issues. It'll save your injectors. Yeah, S&S fuel systems.
S&S?
Yeah, we keep them in stock because we sell so many. I mean, there's no reason to do anything else unless you just do a DCR pump.
Will we ever see a Mopar Street drag build in the shop? Probably not that.
We can't afford a Mopar.
I mean, it's-
I'd like to do a new generation Hemi and the Wagoneer when we build it, but
But that'd be it.
yeah.
That'd be it.
not for
I
recent.
would love to have a Cuda or a Roadrunner or
But we don't have
Sorry.
6 figures to
But,
go on
yeah.
those.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Hemis that we race with now, but as far as like building an old 426 Cooter or something like that, shit, we ain't got
we
that
can't.
money.
No, we can't afford that stuff. I would love to have, a General Lee car, and you can't find one of those that's all rusted out for under 20.
No,
Yeah.
didn't have the front end's a little
Yeah,
pushed up
yeah. No, they're expensive.
Who's going to test drive the Chevelle? Shawn.
3
He's
times.
going to test drive the shit out of it.
We're gonna beat the brakes off that car
Ooh.
for a while.
You guys like Casey's Pizza in OKC?
Absolutely. It's the
Who
best.
doesn't?
Other than there's, in my opinion, 3 good places in Oklahoma City. Empire is really good. What is our
Mallory's.
our favorite?
Angelo.
Papa
Papa
Angelo's.
Angelo's Papa Angelo's is number 1.
Yep.
Empire, and then there's a place called, is it Slice?
Oh, God dang
It's up in the Paseo.
Oh, not
Dang it.
5.5?
No.
it. Not Saucy Sicilian, is it?
No, that's good too.
No, that's pretty good too.
We were going to go there today.
Because they opened up a
I like that.
brick storefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all the Type 5s and stuff.
Yeah.
The ones where you watch them make it.
Yeah, right in front of you.
It's pretty good.
Do you think he'll ever own another 69 Camaro?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I tried to trade Booger the other day for my TTA.
Yep.
Any
What?
car you regret getting rid of?
Nope, it's a good one.
Aiden thinks I regret getting rid of my 70 Chevelle.
As another car.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a really nice car.
Yeah, it was cool, but like it wasn't super special or
Nope.
anything.
I mean, it was just a really good looking car.
I got the seatbelt for it.
Mhm.
It's in my car.
No, not really. Cars come and go. I mean, no.
Yeah. What power adder has made the biggest impact on street racing? I mean, it's hard to deny the success of Pro Charger in the last years.
But if you look back 10 years ago, you just said turbos.
That's just
Yeah, that's why we swapped from Pro Charger to turbos 10 years ago.
Yep. And it all comes around. I think it's like the circle of life.
You get one
People are starting to think about, quit thinking about turbos anymore. They're going to be back.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's hard to overlook the success that Mark Mickey and Turbo Todd are having right now with their turbo combos.
But now you're starting to see the electronic wastegates and the control aspect of
Yeah, Turbo Smart's got that stuff down.
so
Yeah.
the tunability is fixing to get extremely easy for the turbos, and it's going to come back.
Will the burnout truck be big wheels? I mean, 20s, right?
We're going to start out with 20s. We may figure out real quick. There's a reason that people put usually 17s and stuff on them, but
It's a lot of rotating mass,
it is.
but it also keeps it going.
But it's not as, I don't know as far as the cost of tires. Is one cheaper than the other? I know that's easier to throw on a 17 because the tires are taller than it would be a 20, but
Whoever makes the best 500 tread wear.
I think we just need to get
Pallets,
3 or 4
takeoffs.
sets of rear wheels and keep tires on them when we go places. So LS with a screw blower and a burnout truck. No.
Australia's got that on lock.
We should race in Cletus Freedom 500. We agree. We'd love to. If we ever get the invite, we'll be back. No, Shawn does not still have the Trailblazer. Would we race at Dig or Die or War in the Woods? Absolutely.
Fuel Tech or Holly.
what?
Fuel Tech or Holly.
Man, it depends for what application, honestly. Like, we love our Fuel Techs and we love our Holly stuff that we have.
They both have their place.
Um,
I mean, obviously, in our NPK car, we have a fuel tech, and we're good buddies with all of them. We've been to Brazil with them. We're also good buddies with Sparky over at Holly, and we've been to LS Fest and had a great time there, and we plan on going back.
Trav T wants to know, is the old small block setup out of the NPK car in the Frankenstein vet? No. Our small block stuff was actually kind of mimicked from the motor in that, though, because that's Keith Berry's old setup.
Keith Berry's old all his old stuff. But yeah, no, they had that car rolling down there in NOLA.
It's impressive, man.
It is. It just goes to show you that you don't need 18 inches of travel in the front, or all the butt bars on the back, and the big wings and all that stuff. Obviously you don't need all that. I mean, look at Tommy's car was running right there with everybody.
It was,
and
a simple
he had
motor,
some
too.
little pump motor in that.
It was a 6.0 block 370, like stock stroke, off the shelf parts, like.
But did you see? He was literally the most consistent person there.
Oh yeah,
and that's the reason that he won. Got second.
Yep. What's your plans if the rules stay the same? How can you run with the 136 if you can't get the 136 weight to run that combo? How can the 140 run with it?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hope that they saw the lack of parity in the rules, and that I'm gonna be honest with you. What I need is 50 pounds off.
Yeah.
I need 50 pounds off, and then I can run with the 136.
Yes. Trying to look here, getting the new fuel tank dash for the NPK car, possibly whenever it's released.
It's not ready yet.
We've talked about it. We'll probably have it in a few vehicles. Best tire that we like. I mean, it depends. I mean, always a Hoosier on the big tire cars. I mean, we used to run a Goodyear.
Mm-hmm. And it works good. It's just it's prone to shake.
It's more for really good tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'd probably run it now. Some of the screw guys did this year. I ran it.
Yeah.
I think Robin ran it for a while too.
Yeah, I think he did at the beginning.
Yeah. Dalton doing well racing. Think he'll put a Hemi in the Ford. I doubt it.
No, he's got an LS in there.
Yeah. How about the remote tuning with the new fuel tech? It's going to be cool just because they can do it live. But I mean, we use remote tuning now. They've always had Team Viewer where they could step in and do it while ever, in the pits. But yeah, it'll be cool. Any donk races planned for this year? None planned, but we'll get the opportunity.
If we get some time off and anything that Cat has coming up, we'll go do. That's what we want to do.
Would you build a drag and drive car? We did. It's Shawn's 55.
Mm-hmm.
Drive it anywhere.
Is the Hemi high maintenance? I wouldn't say it's any more high maintenance than anything else. Like, honestly, we probably should have been doing the same maintenance on a small block over the years that we do with the Hemi now. But it requires maintenance, yes, but
It's extremely easy to make.
it's extremely easy to make. It's a
very
real race car.
It's a very modular piece that
Yeah.
is well designed in
Like
order to
whenever
rebuild it in the bits.
whenever we break a piston, we only have to pull one head off to replace it.
Yeah.
to replace
Ain't
it.
taking nothing.
Yeah.
I know that Booger is about to head to Florida. He's going somewhere, probably to Bradenton.
Oh yeah,
He
probably.
said he's about to beat on that small block. I said, you ain't gonna beat
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
to say, how much?
So, some of you guys were asking where the small blocks are. A local guy actually bought them. A guy we've known forever. He's got a LDR Nova, green Nova.
It's a green Nova. The guy's name's Booger. I'm sure if you know anything about Chuck, him and Chuck are good buddies. TJ Gatlin. He bought both of them, and he's got a single turbo on it,
A
right?
big single, yes.
It sounds killer though.
Yeah. Yup. How did testing go? We didn't make it.
It's been too cold.
If you watch the video, we broke down at the end of our trip, and it put us way too behind schedule to be able to make that test session, so we had to push it off. And it's cold.
And it's been cold since then.
I don't know. Some of this stuff's kind of starting to turn into the same old. So we'll probably go ahead and shut it down for now. Like we said last time, we're going to keep doing these as long as you guys keep watching. Until right now, there's still 3,500 watching. So we've been on here about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'd say that's plenty. So
Yeah, we appreciate everything, guys. We're gonna, keep on letting us know what you want to see, what you want us to do, and we're gonna try to do it. But, sometimes our hands are tied with projects versus getting out of the shop
yep.
or not getting in the shop.
Yep. So like you said, we appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.